I mean, they really had it down pat. They have Jesus saying, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, which is basically in response to talking about money. Whose benefit would that be? It's so blatantly obvious.
We conspired to create the story of a pacifistic Jewish Messiah who had already come, and who taught the Jews to turn the other cheek and give to Caesar what is Caesar's. There actually are clues in the Gospels that point to who the true authors were.
A lot of the Christian literature advocates turning away from the Jewish law and obeying Roman law. Well, this fits perfectly into Roman propaganda purposes. And then you have, in general, the portrayal of Jesus as the peaceful Jew who is wandering around in what is depicted as a sort of a pastoral scenes, talking to fishermen and farmers and so forth, when
I mean, they really had it down pat. They have Jesus saying, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, which is basically in response to talking about money. Whose benefit would that be? It's so blatantly obvious.
The perception of Roman characters in the Gospels, they're all interpreted in a favourable light. They are pro-Roman. They do not depict the Romans as the forces of evil. They reverse that. It's the Jews who become the forces of darkness. It's very striking that various passages in the Gospels refer to the Jews as some people separate from the heroes.
My efforts to understand these connections led me to an incredible discovery. Christianity had been invented by a little-known family of Roman Caesars, the Flavians. And they left us documents to prove it.
The character in the Gospels, Jesus Christ, the word Jesus means Savior. Christ is Greek for the Messiah. They definitely wanted this character to be seen as having been a Messiah and having existed in the past. So he'd already come, rather than everyone looking for him to show up.
Flavians hoped to create docile, tax-paying subjects who did not need a standing army over them to maintain order. In the future, Christians would pay their taxes to the pontiff, which was simply another name for Caesar. The Flavians were proud of their invention and encoded into the Gospels a message. Flavians and their intellectuals, many of whom worked to produce a new version of the Torah which had a Messiah that was pacifistic, asked people to turn the other cheek, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, the Roman Messiah.
I mean, they really had it down pat. They have Jesus saying, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, which is basically in response to talking about money. Whose benefit would that be? It's so blatantly obvious.